guys, welcome back to today's video. My name is Kat here with Cats and Lemons, and I'm here to share with you my 24 and 25 weeks pregnancy updates. I can't believe that we have about 14 weeks left. We could have like 15 or 13, 12, I'm not sure. But it's so exciting, and I just can't wait to be laying in bed holding my baby next to my Preston and my little other baby, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Preston is just like over the moon, and he just messages me like, I can't wait to see what color her eyes are. I can't wait to see what her face looks like, or I wonder if she's gonna have a little nose like you, or oh, he's just so excited too. Yeah, he just we just lay in bed and he just cuddles my stomach, and he's always talking to her, and it's so sweet. So it's been so unbelievably amazing to get to experience this with someone who's just as great of a person as Preston is. So I feel really lucky. We've been doing a lot of preparing. We put together and then took it apart just to make sure that we liked the bassinet and it worked. My mom did get us bassinet. I'm not sure if I said that in the last video, but we found one we liked. We have our stroller, we have a couple of baby swings, and it's just we're getting there. I'm excited. So hopefully coming up, I have my baby shower in May, I think, like the very first few days of May. We'll see. I have to secure the date, but I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like my life is a dream, and I just can't believe that this is like what I get to experience. But yeah, so jumping into what my last couple of weeks were like, I can't say that there's been a ton of development, just kind of like ongoing things. Something that I have been dealing with since I've had Logan. I wasn't dealing with this problem when I was pregnant with her, but right after I had her, I started developing like some really bad hip pains. I seen my doctor. I went to physical therapy for my IT band, and what I think caused it was when I first had Logan, I really wanted a co-sleeper, and my ex-husband did not want one, and he's like 230 pounds, a really heavy sleeper, and so I didn't feel comfortable having Logan in the bed with us. So you know, nursing her, like, she was so good and so easy, and I could just lay down and go back to sleep with her nursing, but I just didn't feel comfortable having her in the bed with us. So I laid on the ground on this little pad, like this little, like, someone made it for my baby shower. It's a lemon pad, and it's like perfectly soft and comfortable for a baby, but for a mom who just gave birth, it was so uncomfortable, because I could feel the hardwood floor, and it just made it more accessible for me to nurse her, because I could go there, lay on the ground, go to sleep, and she was safe and we were good, you know. But that did cause a lot of problems, and I have some hip pains because of it, and I would normally feel these pains after I had her, and she was like crawling around, and I was trying to get up from a laying position, and I specifically remember having like this little shark tent that she would play in, and I would lay in there and I would try to get up, and it was just felt like I couldn't even move. It didn't hurt. Well, it hurts a little bit and it's tender, but I couldn't move. It wasn't that I couldn't move because of the pain. I felt like I couldn't move because that muscle was just not there. And it started to really freak me out, because not being able to walk or move or stand up or do anything because of your hip is a very scary thing. I don't want to be like 30 years old and not able to walk, you know, like that's just terrifying. It's a big part of your body. It's a main part function. So I talked to my doctor, and I was trying to get back into physical therapy, and my OB actually sent in a referral. So I've been going to physical therapy for a couple of weeks now, and it's been helpful. I have exercises that I do, and they realized that it's probably not my IT band, it's probably my pelvic muscles trying to adjust to childbirth, which didn't quite make sense to me because it developed after I gave birth the first time. But it could have just been, you know, all those hormones, the relaxin hormone in your body preparing your pelvic muscles to give birth. Like, everything's just out of whack, everything's rearranged. So they're helping me strengthen that muscle, but not overly do it where childbirth becomes very uncomfortable, because your body produces that hormone so you can give birth, and your body opens up and prepares and shifts around to have a healthy delivery. So that's been a big thing, because I just like, it's when I bend over or if I lay down, I just could not walk. I'd have to lean against the wall. Like, using the bathroom was hard to like turn around and flush the toilet. Like, getting dressed, I even bought a cane. I'm 26 or 27, I don't know how old I am. 26 or 27 and I have a cane. A walking cane, like an actual cane, and it has flowers and it looks like an old lady cane. But I have never been so excited to receive something in the mail in my life. But I started physical therapy the day I got my cane, or the day before, so I haven't had to use it. But I think it'll come in handy if my hips start to hurt again. But that's been a big problem that I've been dealing with. What else? I've been dealing with a lot of like discomfort like down there. Just normal, like your body is just producing a lot of hormones, so it just feels like not dry, just like itchy and like uncomfortable. And I know it's normal, but it's just so annoying. Like, it's tender. Yeah, just stuff like that. Like pregnancy just isn't always the most glamorous thing. What else? I have to pee all the time. Like, I feel like she's sitting on my bladder more than Logan was sitting on my bladder. But I was talking to my boss and I'm like, it's hard. I can't turn to the person, like Logan's dad, to ask like, oh, did I deal with this, because I don't remember. Or he just says, yeah, you did, and I think he's making it up. But I talked to my boss, who's one of my good friends, and I'm like, did I have to pee all the time when I was pregnant? And he's like, yeah, you did. And I was like, okay. Because I feel like I don't remember this, but I peed all the time, apparently. When I had Logan, I was so uncomfortable. But, you know, if peeing all the time is like the only really bad symptom I have, then I will be okay. What else? My boobs are like tender, but not like crazy where it's like painful. Like, some people have painful chest pains. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything significant. It's really just my hip. Like, my hip has been so sore, and like I told my physical therapist, it's just, I don't even feel like there's a muscle there to use. Like, sometimes I'm trying to do stuff and then it's like I can't, like my body's trying to rewire itself to figure out how to use that leg or hip, and there's no muscle. There is, I know it is, but it's just like, if it was pain, I could push through the pain and it'd be fine, but it's just like the whole area is just unusable sometimes, and it's scary because I don't want to get bigger and not be able to walk. So it's been fine at work. It's mainly at night. If I like bend over a lot, like, so I was gardening one day and that just did it. Like, I was done for the rest of the night. I could not walk. I needed to use one of my you know those 3-tier rolling carts? I like grabbed it and I was like pushing it around like a walker. It was really bad. But it's getting better, and hopefully he said it's not as bad as he thought it was, which is really good. So it's a good sign. I've been tired these last few days. So I actually turn 26 weeks tomorrow, and I'm filming this a little bit earlier because I wasn't able to go to work today. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the long COVID, if it just felt like I felt disoriented and dizzy, out of breath, like I couldn't breathe for most of the day. It was really scary, but I just took a break, did not go to work, went to sleep for like the whole afternoon, and I feel a little bit better, but I feel like, just feel not okay. But these last few days I've been like so tired and so exhausted and just kind of like unmotivated to do anything, and I have the motivation in my head and I just don't want to do it, and I'm like, it's okay, you're pregnant, like just take a break, like you don't have to keep doing everything. Because I'll like watch Logan during the day, and then when she goes with her dad I go to work, and then I come home at like 8 o'clock, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then I like clean. Like, I just take care of her, I do dishes, and I cook, and I'm just like watching Logan, working, or cleaning. And so I think my body has just been so tired, and it's growing this baby, and she's been kicking like crazy. Preston was like, for like hours, just had his hand on my stomach while we were watching our show, and he's like, I feel like something, like it doesn't feel like, he's like, I feel like I'm holding her hand, or I feel like I'm holding her elbow, like it's like a very prominent like body part, and he's like, I feel like I'm holding it, and like it's so crazy to get to experience that with somebody. Like with Logan, it was just the two of us, so you know, like I got to like lay in bed every night, and it was just our time, like it was me and Logan time, and I got to just feel my stomach and poke her, and she'd play with me back, and we were just, you know, it was us. And I think that's why we have such a strong bond. It's because it was always just the two of us. But you know, even like my sister and my mom, like they didn't really get to feel my stomach. My sister tried, but Logan wasn't really moving when I wanted her to, you know, like when my sister was feeling her stomach, my stomach. So getting to just lay there with Preston and her just doing what she does, and Preston getting to like feel her moving and kicking, and he gets to talk to her, and I love him. I'm so in love. And he's such a great guy. But oh, and Logan, like, oh my gosh guys, let me tell you the sweetest little baby story. So the other night, I think I have some of my best moments and memories with Logan at night, like in the middle of the night, when she was a baby. Like we slept in the same bed. I co-slept with her like the whole time, and it was just us, you know. And so like we would both randomly wake up at the same time, and we just look at each other and laugh. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? She just laughed. Like it was just so sweet. But the other night I was putting her to bed, and she was like cuddling me and so like lovey, and oh, it was so sweet. And she kissed, you know, baby goodnight, and just good night baby sister. And she wanted to like, she like grabbed my hand, she was holding my hand, and she just had one hand on my, holding my hand and one hand on my belly, and she was trying to feel the baby kick. And I think she could feel it. I don't know, like she said she could feel it, but she's like 3, so I don't know how much she could actually feel. But Remy was actually like kicking her and stuff, so I don't know. Logan kept saying it at like random times, but she just like held my hand. I was cuddling her, and her other hand was on my belly, and she just did that until I left the bedroom. But it was so sweet, and I was just like, my heart was just so full. And oh, Logan's gonna be such a great sister. Like, she calls everyone her sister and her brother, but I think she'll know that this is her sister. Like this, I'm like, Logan, we have been going through, like, because I don't want her to feel like there's a huge change. Like there is, but I don't want her to feel like the attention's not on her, and the attention won't always be on her like how it is now. Obviously, like she's an only child, but I don't want it to be so drastic and her be sad. Like I don't want this to be a bad or sad or upsetting experience for her. So I'm like, Logan, like baby sister is gonna be with us all the time, and she always wants to sleep with us, but we don't really let her sleep with us, except in the morning she'll come and lay down and watch my phone until I get up. And I'm like, baby sister is gonna sleep with mommy and Prezi, you know, like I want her to know to expect that. And but I'm like, but are you gonna help me clean or wash baby sister or feed her? And she gets so excited. And just lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this? But I just have like having a moment. I've been having like the worst pregnancy brain. Yeah, basically just trying to prepare her and get her, you know, oh, I'm like, oh, baby sister's gonna be with us all the time. She doesn't have another home. She's gonna live with us. Like trying to get her used to that, because when she babysits other kids with my other mom, you know, the kids go home, and she's sad, but you know, she knows that it'll just be her at the end of the night. And then so I'm like, baby sister's gonna be with us all the time. She's staying here. And I think she kind of gets it, but she's only 3.5, so she doesn't quite like understand. But yeah, we've just been trying to prepare her. She loves the stroller. Like, it has a little thing she can stand on and hold on to as a toddler. But she likes like being in the actual stroller more than she likes being in her own stroller. And so she'll like go in there and take naps. It's so sweet. Maybe I can post a picture. of her in it, but she'll like go in there, I'll tuck her in, push her around. I didn't even have to push her around in the stroller when she was a baby to fall asleep, so the fact that I'm doing all these things with her as a toddler, it's just really funny to me. She's so dramatic sometimes, but I just like, it's so funny. Like, she'll just lay in there and take a nap and get all cozy, and she'll push like all of her stuffed animals in the stroller. So I think she's gonna be a great sister. I know she's gonna be a great sister. I just don't want it to be hard on her, you know? Like, I know there's gonna be a transition period where, but I just want her to be okay. I don't know, things that I just worry about. I'm like so concerned about my kids' mental health all the time that I'm like, I think I overthink things. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like always talking to Preston. I'm like, what if she doesn't feel this way, or what if she feels like this? And he's like, no, but like, we got this, like, well, it'll be good, you know? And like, I will pretty much be nursing all the time. Her and Preston normally play all the time, more than Logan and I play. I'm there, but I'm mom, you know? I feed her, I wash her, I make sure she's like healthy, you know? And Preston does too, but he gets to do the really fun stuff. So I think that that's gonna stay the same. And all the stuff that I do with her, I'm like boring. I like sit and play Play-Doh with her and, you know, cuddle with her. So that's stuff that we can do even with the baby. So I don't know, we'll see. It'll just be a transition period going from a family of 3 to a family of 4. And I think we're ready, but Logan's gonna be going to school anyway this upcoming August, so it'll just be a little bit of transition, and then she'll jump into a new transition of going to school and us trying to find the new normal. So all these things that are going through my head, I just kind of blurted them out right now. But my pregnancy has been going great. I don't have another doctor's appointment until the end of the month, so I have like 3 more weeks, I think, and then I think I'm going to be 27 or 28 weeks pregnant. No, 28 or something like that. And I think that's when I do my glucose, because she said a lot of tests, but I was checking to see, because she never mentioned the glucose test yet. So I was looking, and that's like the last week of when you normally would do a glucose test. So I'm anticipating that by the end of March I will have my glucose test done. Hopefully everything's good. I'm eating so much sugar, like I need to cut down. I've just been kind of making myself sick from all the sugar I've been eating. But then yeah, and then after that my next ultrasound is going to be at 36 weeks, so I have about 10 more weeks, and that's pretty much it. They said like Preston doesn't even really have to come. It's going to be fast 5-minute appointments until 36 weeks, which is kind of a while, 10 more weeks, and then we probably are going to jump into weekly appointments, and then we'll have our baby. So oh my gosh, okay, so that's, I gotta stop. Like, I'm getting myself all excited. I need to go clean the house. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Check back next week for our 26-week pregnancy. Oh, I didn't even show you my belly. I'm wearing a dress, but I'm wearing shorts, so let me show you my belly. I'm wearing like a maxi dress. Okay, I'm like lifting up my whole dress, but oops, I almost forgot the best part. Oop. That's Preston. He's finishing work right now. Show you all the angles. I love that I have some documentation when I was pregnant with Logan, which I should go and check to see if I have a pregnancy update for this week when I was pregnant with her. But I love that I get to document it and look at my belly and like, I don't know, just so much exciting stuff. My life is good right now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you all later. Bye guys.